Um, I guess it kind of related to drinking. I think was probably the most um, of the pressure that kind of pushed a lot of it out. We'd go out and hang out with our friends, and we would have a good time, and then things would escalate to a particular point where someone would be angry or frustrated, and there'd be a lot of lashing verbally. Um, There's all kinds of things that were said, things that weren't good, things that were hurtful. And then I guess as time goes on, things kind of go from there and things become smaller and bigger and increase in their way of happening towards that person that you supposedly love. Um, I think it all started when we definitely had some miscommunications, and I'm pretty easygoing in a sense. I don't feel like I have a lot of hurtful things to say, but definitely when things are said to you, things are kind of flipped and kind of feel as the victim. Um, I think a big part in that relationship, we were different, but kind of the same. We both were in different jobs that we had to keep ourselves in a position where we can't tell anybody about our relationship. So I think that was pretty hard from him being in a government job. I think that was hard because he couldn't voice or ask other people for their opinions because he never lived here. I didn't have too many friends, so he kind of relied on me to verbally and talk to in any type of situation. So I think when it really escalated was when we were out with some friends and we got into an argument on the way home. And I'm the type of person that if I'm in an uncomfortable situation, I leave it and go on my way, at least until I calm down and come back to my senses and feel like I can talk rationally. So the day that it really happened, we got into an argument, and I basically was saying, I'm going to go stay at my parents' house, let the situation calm down, we'll talk about this tomorrow. He refused to have that. I put my clothes, I was putting stuff into a bag, trying to get out of the situation as quick as I could. And as I was trying to leave, I was trying to walk through the bedroom down the stairs. I was pushed. I almost tumbled down the stairs as I grabbed the railing. I could see him running after me, and so I quickly exited the situation as best I could. And as I got to the door, he slammed the door shut, pushed me into the bathroom, and at that point, I didn't know what was going on. Never been in that situation before, and it was just very quick and everything that happened. When I entered the restroom, after I was pushed, I turned around, and first thing he did was grab my shirt, try to rip me, at least my shirt off of me or push me onto the floor. And we're about the same height. We're both, males. And so we kind of, nobody wants to be the victim, and nobody wants to be the higher powered, or I guess vice versa. So after we started yelling and screaming at each other, he told me I needed to get out. I tried to leave. Then he told me that I wasn't allowed to leave. It was just really awkward and weird that, he was telling me one thing but didn't want me to do it. So I don't know if it was something mentally that he was having communication issues with him and himself, and maybe he was bipolar. I don't know, but he then started yelling and screaming. Tried to leave. I pushed him off me. He pushed me back in the bathroom, and then he began to punch me in the face, in the chest, and the only way I could defend myself was to hit him back. And after there was blood like all over the floor, all over the walls, I had to stop because I didn't know what was going on. And after I realized it was me, I just tried to get out of the house as quick as I could. I definitely feel that there is a stigma with, men dating each other, being in a gay relationship. And when you bring that up to, any official police officers or whoever, it definitely is marked as still wrong in society. It's not very common in certain areas, so it is kind of frowned upon. And, you know, it's almost, it's kind of like a joke in a sense, or it's more treated like, you're going out with your buddies and getting into an altercation when it's somebody that you care for. It's completely different. I did not. I work in a field where domestic violence is a huge issue, and if something was to come back on me, I could lose my license for it. And for him, he was in a government position that if he also got in trouble for any type of domestic violence, he could lose his job and possibly go to jail. So nothing was said, nothing was done, and we just left it as it was. And I exited the situation and never went back, never turned around. I feel like it's been probably about 3 or 4 years now, and every time I've gotten into a relationship, I've felt it's really hard for me to connect with someone to that level, because I feel like I'm still trying to protect myself, and that I still have those fears that that's going to happen again. It's definitely scarred me in a way that I feel like I can't trust somebody. I can't give everything that I would want to give in a relationship because I'm afraid that I'll get hurt in the long run. I would say the best thing to do is confront any friends that you have, close personal people that are willing to help you get out of the situation, and use those people as a backbone to move you forward into a healthy situation instead of being stuck in a situation where you don't have people to talk to. And, that's usually the case. I feel if you don't have someone to talk to and tell your story to, it's just bottled up and you feel like it's you, and you attack yourself in that situation. I think everyone thinks that we should all live in a perfect world with a perfect house with a white picket fence, and we're always supposed to make things work because of the way we were brought up. I feel like everybody wants true love and they feel like they can't do better. So whatever we can do to try to make the situation not real and make it a fantasy, I feel like everyone tries to live in a fantasy that life is all about what you see on TV or what's not really the typical relationship. I feel like everyone wants to have, the white picket fence, the house that's, at the end of the corner, or on a cul-de-sac where people, have a family and grow up with their neighbors, and everyone has, that perfect life. And in my situation, it's hard because when you're a gay person, you can't really count on that type of lifestyle. You have to kind of make it what you make with yourself. So in my situation, you have somebody that you bond with, and you try to make your lives as best you can because it's not the normal thing. So you don't really know what the normal thing is. So it's hard for myself to kind of look at my family and say, I want that too, but also my lifestyle is not accepted. So I have to make it the way I want it to be and whatever I'm comfortable with. A lot more first. I've advanced my career. I've counted on myself and tried not to rely on someone in that much in that situation because, we were dependent on each other. And so I've used that as a force to keep going and make myself a stronger, better person.